All right, so very, very frustrating on my end. The Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but the router was dropping like even worse than before. So I rebooted stuff, and so we're just gonna keep going. This is Japanese Boy, story of Taro. Enjoy.
Harunaraya, Namonaki Yamano, Asagasumi. The little poem says, "How beautiful are the mountains, now that spring has come." In the springtime, almost every school child in Japan travels to a place of beauty to know the joy of beholding a mountain or a rushing stream. We think it is very good for children to be always happy, for it is most beautiful to be a child. It is like the springtime. Teruko is a very shy girl, but it is good for Japanese girls to be shy. Inside the rice ball, mother puts always a surprise. Sometimes fish or meat, fruit, or ground beans. Isao is the best reader in the 5th grade. Yoshio does not read so well, but he can sing very loudly. These boys are both called Taro. Both are firstborn to their families. In Japan, the oldest boy is often named Taro. It is of this Taro, Taro Murata, I will tell you. Taro thinks he will be an artist one day. There are many things he says he might be. But I think he will not be an artist. He does not draw well. I know. I am his teacher. After the picnic, this Taro runs home to talk of a day in the mountains. The house of Taro Murata, like most in Japan, is made of unpainted wood. Shoes are never worn inside because we think it is not clean to do so. It is not polite to be late for supper, and politeness is most important to learn. But mother understands that this was a special day and has kept the rice warm. Uncle Ito comes to help when there is much work in the fields. There is no father in this house. It is sad that Taro cannot remember his fine father, lost at sea. Noriaki. He is the great true friend of Taro. Noriaki Yamamoto is a student from another island of Japan who lives with the Murata family and attends a small college in this town. For supper, there is rice, which is the main food for the people of Japan. For all meals, there is rice, which we like very much and eat with chopsticks. For supper, there is usually fish too, and vegetables. When crickets sing, good friends study and talk together. One day, Noriaki will leave this place, for it is his great wish to attend a university in Tokyo. Taro talks always of the watch of Noriaki. So much he would like to have such a thing for his own. The father of Noriaki, also gone, received this watch from the emperor for being very brave in war. Noriaki says, "Someday you, Taro, too, will be brave. Someday someone will say, Taro Murata deserves a watch because he has much courage and has done something very hard, very well." After study, friends go to beds prepared by mother. The quilts are put on the tatami, the clean straw mat which covers the floor of Japanese houses. Japanese people do not like much furniture. They prefer to have only space. Tonight, there will be dreams of watches and of universities in Tokyo. In the morning, Taro joins friends on the long walk to school. All children must go to school for at least 9 years. Japan is a very rainy country. We need the rain for the rice, but it makes the streets so muddy. Children like to come early to school to play before classes begin. Baseball is very popular. Only in Japan and in the United States of America is baseball so much enjoyed. Children also play old games like sumo. The boy who pushes the other outside the circle wins. In school also, children do not wear shoes. They leave boots and shoes by the door. They wear instead clean school slippers. In my class, reading comes first.
すると向こうから高等学校へ行っている純一さんが来ました。愛子さんは純一さんにこう教えてあげました。
Most of the time in the first 8 years of school is spent in learning to read and write only. All Japanese people learn. All are able to read and write. We read the characters or ideograms from the top to the bottom of the page, starting on the right side and moving to the left side. In writing class, it is necessary first to prepare the ink. The art of character writing is practiced with a brush. Students learn at least 1,800 of the more than 10,000 characters in the Japanese language. The writing must be both clear and beautiful. Each character may be either a word, a group of words, or an idea. This kind of picture writing is called kanji. It was brought to Japan from China 1,400 years ago. In arithmetic class, children learn to use the abacus. We call it soroban. The soroban is used to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. After classes, children stay to clean the school building and grounds. This Taro, he talks more than he works, I think. Some days he runs home too early, but he does not go straight home. I know where he goes, to the temple. There are many beautiful Buddhist temples and Shinto shrines in Japan. Most Japanese follow both the Buddhist and Shinto religions. Taro sometimes makes offerings to the gods. He thanks gods for good mother and true friend Noriaki, and prays that one day he will have a watch like the watch of Noriaki. "500 years before Christ, the great Lord Buddha founded the Buddhist religion in India. He taught the ways by which people can find peace and happiness in life. Stones in the temple yard stand in memory of departed ancestors. The Daisuke Murata, brave samurai warrior, is a favorite ancestor of Taro. Four Buddhist priests, also ancestors, would look more honorable, I think, in new robes. At home, Japanese boys are not often asked to work. They work at school, and this, we think, is enough. But spring is a very busy time on a farm, and Taro helps with the chores. The silkworms are fed mulberry leaves several times a day. They are difficult to raise. They must be kept warm and dry, and they are very particular worms. They will eat only fresh, tender mulberry leaves, or they will not eat at all and die. June is the month of the silkworm, and for this month, the worms are kept in the house. When the pile of mulberry branches has reached nearly as high as Taro's head, the worms spin their cocoons of pure silk and are killed. Japanese farmers are very hard-working people. Taro thinks he will not be a farmer. When the rice seedlings have grown taller and stronger, they will be transplanted one by one to the fields which now grow wheat. The wheat must be harvested and the land prepared for the rice before the summer rains begin. Taro brings tea to the fields, to his mother and many relatives who help with the work. In Japan, every foot of land must be used. There are many people to feed, and we have little land. It is because of the many mountains that there is so little land for raising food. We must use even the mountainsides. On Saturday and Sunday, friends have time to walk through the golden fields and green mountains, to talk of Japan, of one day seeing Tokyo, the largest city in the world. Friends talk of what they will be, maybe scientists, or teachers, doctors, or engineers, or maybe shipbuilders. There are many things one might be in an industrial country like Japan. Always Noriaki speaks of going to the university in Tokyo. But Taro does not like to hear of this. The city of Kofu, where Taro lives, looks much like any one of 100 other small cities in Japan. There are open markets which sell fruit and vegetables, department stores, barber shops, hundreds of small shops which sell anything you may wish to buy. There are markets which sell the fish, which is eaten at nearly every meal. Motion pictures are very popular, both Japanese films and American also. Many things enjoyed in America are also enjoyed here. From the hillside of Seven Rocks comes the sound of gunfire. I worry for this boy, Taro Murata, because I know a great sadness will come to him. But this friend Noriaki is like a brother and a father for a boy who has no real brother and no father. Soon Noriaki will leave this place, and no longer will there be gunfire on the hillside of Seven Rocks. In the evening, along the narrow streets of the towns and villages, you will see people in kimonos and wooden shoes on their way to the bath. First, wash and rinse. Then sit in the warm bath. Very warm, but too hot for Taro. For Japanese people, a long bath with friends and family each evening is a most happy experience. This day, Noriaki has learned that he will be admitted to the university in Tokyo. And now Taro knows too that friends must part. It is often so that when life brings joy, sadness comes also. I do not know why this is so. It happened one morning in September. Noriaki had said it would be best this way.
O母ちゃん、兄ちゃんどこ行った？兄ちゃんはね、一番の汽車で東京帰ったの。もう帰ってこないって言ってよ。それで典明によろしくって。それでね、これをね、典明に贈り物置いてったよ。
Someday someone will say, Taro Murata deserves a watch because he has much courage, because he has done something very hard, very well.
Life was so much simpler then, just to want to watch. I'm sorry about all the technical problems today. I'll try to fix them tomorrow. Everybody have a great